If you feel like your wife may no longer be in love with you and you're wanting to bring that spark back into the relationship, then there's two mistakes us guys commonly make that you should be aware of. Hi guys, Garrett at Garrett Prettyman Coaching. Today I'm here to talk to you about this loveless marriage where you feel like maybe your wife has moved on, you're not getting the affection or the attention or feeling the intimacy that you once had, and you're wanting to know, what can I do about this? So not only are we going to talk about the two most common mistakes us guys make, I'm going to give you a third bonus point of what you actually need to be doing instead. The first mistake is we start focusing on things that are completely outside of our control. There are three zones in life. Two of them are very disempowering. One of them, you are actually stepping into your full power. That mistake we're going to talk about right now is when we look at the zone called outside your control. When it comes to your job, when it comes to the politics, when it comes to your marriage, there are always going to be dynamics that are completely outside your control. Anytime you find yourself complaining, then something has gone wrong and we're objecting to it. We're standing there beating our head on it in frustration. This is an exertion of energy, thought power, possibly precious sleeping hours of the night, anxiety and stress, and all of the emotion that we're pouring towards it. It's ultimately a giant void that takes away happiness, takes away confidence, takes away your ability to have charisma and be impactful in this life because it's outside your control. Even in a relationship that doesn't have the love and affection and intimacy that it once had, the most attractive version of man that you can become happens to be the man who's outcome non-dependent. He isn't rattled. He has that James Bond, John Wayne type energy where he just has a slow smirk, and as things are going wrong in life, he isn't moved by it. He sees these as objections to either take a left turn or a right turn when he hits them, not to stand there and complain. Women are drawn to that kind of man. And that's why a lot of times when men start leveling up for themselves, inadvertently, their partner is re-attracted. I can guarantee you this. If you continue to complain, chase, pressure, and try to control her to be what you want, you will definitely 100% run her right out the door. I see this all the time when I'm working with guys. That outcome non-dependence is your secret sauce to moving forward and getting what you want in life. We just don't know which door it's going to come through. When we get hell-bent on this is the job that was supposed to make me rich, this was the deal that was supposed to make me successful, this was the wife that was supposed to be the one because we fell in love, then you are ultimately putting yourself in a one track and not allowing what you want to really get to you. Objections are not things to complain about. That's the immature part of us. That's the little boy stomping his feet saying, I wish it wasn't like this. An empowered man says, oh, this is how it is. Okay, I will strategize then on what I could do differently based on what's in my control right now. The new information that's fed to us is not something to complain about. It's not something to put up a giant fuss about, hoping somebody changes it. It's about knowing which doors have closed and noticing which doors have opened. The second mistake is we start focusing on things, exerting energy, applying stress and anxiety towards things that are only within our zone of influence. This is also dangerous. Again, whether it's your business or your work or your marriage or any family dynamic, things that are only within your influence are still ultimately drains, not places to step into your full power, because you cannot robotically operate other humans. Let's say you're working side by side with some employees. You can influence them on how to work, influence them on how to complete the job correctly. At the end of the day, they are humans. They will do what they want. They have their own brain. Again, we'll find ourselves stomping our feet in frustration when things don't go how we wanted because we're pouring a lot of our attachment to things that are only within our influence. So the third bonus point, where your power lies, that is things that are 100% within your control. To get your brain rewired so that you're actually focusing on things that are in your control, you do have to face some uncomfortable, scary stuff. For example, let's say we're constantly complaining that our boss never gives us a holiday off. Okay, we are choosing to work for this man, so ultimately we need to take responsibility for our choice. Now, if we want to look at what is ultimately in our control, if we've leveraged options in that workplace and that is still not on the table, our only option may be to find a new job. See, that's where the list of stuff comes up. Our objections. Well, I can't. I've been here for 20 years. I'm going to lose my retirement. Well, we can't change locations because this is the neighborhood where grandma lives. Like whatever our excuse is, suddenly becomes the scary thing we have to face instead. But see, a confident man will face that scary thing instead of complaining about the thing that he can only influence. When you build a life where everything is within your control, that you're pouring the vast amount of your energy towards, it leads to happiness, financial success, and ultimately the life that you really have always wanted. I help men find this clarity. Sometimes we don't even know what we want. We were just hoping that we would get lucky and things would work out better for us than some people and it would be pretty good. That vague approach to life will not land you on Paradise Island. Guarantee you that. That's because society has actually handed you a game board with your whole life already plotted across it. If you stay within that framework, you will not have anything different than the average guy that you would see in your neighborhood or work with side by side. If the people around you are living that amazing life that you wish you had, then copy what they're doing. But 95% of people out there are not. They are just following the game board that was set out to them, jumping through the hoops that society set up that are supposed to define success and life purpose. One thing I help guys get clear on when I'm taking them through my masculine confidence framework is knowing what hoops are your hoops that you are going to step through so you can create the life that you want. And yes, we'll have to face some scary things. Some of it we dismiss as just impossible. Like, well, this is the country I was born in. This is what the taxes are here. This is the price of real estate. There are scary edges where we can face that stuff too. So brother, check in with yourself. Where are you spending vast amounts of energy, thought power, sleepless nights, anxiety, complaining? That's a big one. When you hear a man complaining, you know he's out of his power. Refocus and get clear on what is in your control right now. And keep applying to that. My masculine confidence framework is a highly effective masculine development approach that's going to rewire how you think about things and how you respond so that you can move through your day happy and inspired, clear, calm, grounded, and confident, regardless of what your partner is doing or withholding. It's time to step into your power and start controlling what's in your control, brother.